It's been raining babies. Jesus, ooh, left baby, this baby, that, oh, pregnant, oh, no, 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 no. It's been raining serious babies, girl. But let me tell you, the announcement that dragged the mat off my feet. Drum roll, please. Was the Hormozis. Alex Hormozi and Leila Hormozi. I call them the Hormozis because they are two phenomenal people and I'm a big fan. If you want to get better, grow faster, be disciplined, have a sense of purpose for your life, go watch Leila and Alex Hormozi's podcast or YouTube channel. They were one of the people that motivated me to staying consistent and not even just starting this channel, aside from still King, because that's still my day one content creator here in Nigeria. And these guys have been very vocal about their choice of not wanting to have children. And this video is not about them, it's about why this decision is funny and what people should learn from this. If you've been anywhere on business, Twitter, TikTok, or YouTube, you should know this power couple. They have very strong takes about your purpose, life, how to manage your time, and even just everything discipline in general. They're very vocal people and they've been vocal about their desire of being child free. So it was a shock when on a beautiful afternoon, I was scrolling through the pages of Instagram and I saw a post. I was thinking it was AI. I said, is this AI? Boom, baby on the way. Imagine you built your life around theirs. They're not having kids, so maybe me not having kids, it's cool because my influencers are not. Oh, they're insane work ethic. Oh, maybe that's how I should be too. And boom, the people that were once vocal about not having kids are now having kids. Now, this is why copying people's life is dangerous. I mean, very dangerous. I do not recommend copying their principles about life. Fine. Copying how they, react to failure. Perfect. Copying their work ethic to not entirely, to a large extent. Good. Emulating how they behave in some certain ways that applies to you. Fine. But copying their life like a doctrine is how you remain stuck and keep holding a blueprint that they've moved on from. Because at some point, you've made them your prophets. And prophets are humans too. And they change their mind. So I know that a lot of people will be like how, why? They were very loud and they know that they have millions of following and they probably influenced people's decision. That was their decision. They did not impose their decision on you. They are influencers and they're celebrities. They're not God. Whenever you're trying to see people or even copy people, you like people, you love them, you love how they live their lives. Know that these people are independent human beings. They have made the choices that benefits them at that particular time. They're human beings. They can decide to change their life tomorrow. So as you. So if you're saying, but they said they did not tell you not to go and have children. They did not tell you to hold on to their decision. Of course, they'll say, okay, let me tell you 5 things on how to, stay perfect and how to do that. That's great. That's one of the very danger of being a diehard fanatic fan. This video is not to condemn anybody's decision. I want to have children at some point in my life. I even named them. You have to DM me for their names. Fine names and not it's not Jaden. Please don't shade to Jaden because everybody in Lagos now and their kids Jaden. For in the next 10, 20 years from now, we ain't Jaden, this one, Jaden, that one, or born for the name. I can give you name inspo. If you're pregnant, just send me a DM. I'll give you 5 names. But don't go and copy my own baby's name. Back to what I was saying of the dangers of copying somebody's life. Look at this actor. I can't lie to you. I was a big fan. I'm not a fan of him himself or his art. He's a great actor. I think he embodies the character that he plays. And he recently had a sit down with the Nigerian girl, Dang, and I wish he didn't do that because he has been having some very interesting opinions about marriage and about cheating in general. And sometimes it gives walk of shame. Sometimes it gives I don't know why I married this person. But this excerpt from the podcast he had with Dang has been going everywhere and a lot of people have been having mixed feelings about it. Now, I'm not going to talk about podcast because that's not what I'm trying to emphasize on. What I'm trying to say is when people come out to speak on different matters or their decisions about certain things, please always remember that it is their own decision, independent decision. I know that people should also be considerate, especially people who have huge following on their platforms should be considerate and should take into cognizance that a lot of people copy their lives. But I just want to say that when people come out to have form an opinion about certain topic, it is their own decision and should not be copied. Because if you look at what he said about cheating and his own view, to some people they don't say anything wrong with that, but to a normal person, you know that that is flawed. So if you then say, "Oh, this person is my celebrity crush or whatever, I'm a huge fan," and you then go and take his own view on marriage, on promiscuity, and apply it to your life, or here's your case. Remember, these people are human beings. Of course, they sometimes push you to be better people by their own stories about their choices, but overall, it's their own choice. The word of God should cover your life because it never changes. It has been there. It will continue to be there after we leave here. If rapture doesn't come before we leave, God, I beg. If you won't blow your trumpet, if you blow them now. Same thing with Imagrid as well. When she brought out her book, Start With Yourself, I love Ima. I love Ima to the T. I actually saw that there was a lot of backlash from the internet where people were like, "Oh, her views does not represent the typical black person." Some people were saying, "Oh, it was because she was married to a white man and had money, blah 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 blah." I was confused. I was like, "This woman is not saying anything strange. She's just not pondering to a lot of people." My question is, would you take everything she says to heart and apply everything she says to your life? No, just go there, look for the one that applies to you, and you take it. So, does it mean that if you're not working a remote job, you will not be successful in life? No, but in the context and the environment that she is, maybe that is a very big determinant of success. And she's saying it the way she is. Does it apply to maybe you in Nigeria? No. Does it apply to you in Pakistan? No. Do you have the same purchasing power? No. Do you have the same opportunities? No. Are you exposed to the same environment? No. But there are things you can learn. There are things I can learn. A lot of things I can learn. First of all, start with yourself was one of the words and phrases that Tracy is it hilarious or something? I can't remember used. And that podcast, everybody, not just girls, should go and watch it. Starting with yourself basically is you start from where you are. Like you don't need to have the fancy stuff. Like that book is a gem. Ima's podcast is one of the podcasts aside from Mel Robbins and Leila Hormozi's and some and Salem King and all of those beautiful people that I follow. I listen to it and they have solid facts there. Now, everything on that podcast does not apply to my life and it shouldn't apply to your life. But can you take some lessons from those podcasts? Yes, take it and be happy about it. I want to go somewhere and she's there. And that's why I take some things that are useful to me and I apply it. Even the podcast she had with Cardi B, I love it because aside from the Cardi B that we know, there's so much to learn from that woman. So would I go and say, okay, because I like Cardi B now, I will do what she does exactly? No, but there are lessons and things you can learn from her. In other words, learn from people, be inspired by them, but do not outsource your life decisions to someone else's life because when they evolve, and they will, you'll be left confused by someone else's growth. The only life you need to stay consistent with is yours. And on a note that is completely related, please stop letting other people decide the direction of this country for you. Go and get your voter's card, register, because not voting is also letting someone else's decision be yours. See you next Friday. Bye.